that hurts me big time. So yes, if you ever just tune into a live feed and you just see a blank screen with the sound of tears, it's just me going live crying that I got rid of that Macho one. So that would be mine. Good question, Lyle. We got Matt Zimmerman said, most obscure piece of wrestling memorabilia you have purchased. And he suggested like the WWE waffle maker.
Yeah, look, I'm going to say, I don't know if it's obscure enough, but I purchased a graded piece of 2x4, cut down to about this size, from a gentleman over in the UK who had it signed by Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and then had it graded. So I've got that sitting in my collection.
Mine, I don't really have a lot of obscure stuff. But in terms of what I collect, probably the one or two of the weirdest things is a WrestleMania 6 hat. So just a used hat that was from WrestleMania 6. And also I bought that from Michael Jordan, the Horace Grant of figure collecting. And probably the other one is the Jake the Snake custom buddy, because I don't really like buddies. But when I saw Jake the Snake custom buddy, personally signed by Jake, limited of 25, I thought, I want that for my collection. Javian Fritchley says, is there anyone from Australia that was a past wrestler, can still be wrestling now, from a big name company that could have a Hollywood push like The Rock? Who would it be and why? Would you want them in movies, TV shows like Miz on Dancing with the Stars, or like Nikki Bella, how she recently got announced as a judge on AGT Extreme? So I guess what Javian's in his 3-page essay that I just read, I guess what he's asking is there an Australian wrestler or an Australian star who could get a Hollywood push?
I'm going to say he's not really a WWE. Is he a wrestling? Yeah, so he's in NXT. He's a former NRL player. Vito is his last name. David Vito?
Bronson Reed.
No. Daniel. It's either Daniel or David Vito. He's in NXT. He's been over there for a while trying to crack it. He's got yourself. Pretty sure he's of Islander descent. Yeah, and I think he could be, somewhat of a Rock's. I don't know, a Rock's son or something like that. He, good looking dude, pretty fit, similar tattoos to Rock. Definitely, I think he could definitely go Hollywood.
I'm going to say the Iconics. They could actually, I know they're not the Iconics anymore, but they could be the next Baywatch babes. So if we get another thing. The only thing is, this just shows you how good they are. I can't stand their voices because of the way they were portrayed on WWE, but it's not their real voices. That's their characters' voices. But that means what they were doing was working. It's like Sherry Martel. When Sensational Sherry would come out and scream in the mic, as a kid, I was like, oh, my God, I hate this woman. Stop screaming. And but that's exactly the reaction that they wanted you to have.
Yeah.
So it's genius. It's genius character play. Yeah, so good question. 2 left. Cameron Collins says, what figure did you pay the most for, and do you regret paying that amount?
The most. Look, any of my prototypes I've paid top dollar and absolutely don't regret it at all.
Look, I paid the most I paid was for the Arcane prototype, but of my current stuff was the graded 90 Hulk Hogan Hasbro Series 1, and I don't regret that for a second. It's my favorite piece now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I will say this to that question. So all of my prototypes that I've purchased, in hindsight, I've underpaid, considering what they're selling for now. But I know for a fact I won't be letting them go anytime soon. So I reckon, let's say, 20, 30 years from now when I decide to, they probably won't be worth anywhere near as much as they are now.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I'll hand them down to my kids.
You sure you don't want to hand them down to me?
No.
Your kids won't appreciate them like I will, James.
Yeah, they will. I'll make sure they do.
Last question from Andrew Webster. It says, what attributes do you think make for a great figure? For example, posability, likeness, or soft goods?
Good question. Great question. For me, number one, it's got to be likeness. And number two, actually, it's on par with number one. It's got to represent a moment in time.
Yeah.
Right. So like we were talking about before. So that Hulk rules Hogan had all the attributes to actually a better example. The Legend Series Ultimate Warrior at Raw, as the old man Ultimate Warrior. That there is a great figure because it represents a moment in time where it was the last time everyone saw him at a live event. He's wearing exactly what he wore that night. It looks like him. And it's such an iconic piece that will, in my opinion, will only go up in value. That's what makes a good figure, in my opinion.
I like my figures to be posed, so posability is a big one, and that's why I really like the Storm Hogans, because you can get the full Hogan action happening.
Yeah.
I would also say likeness. It's got to be likeness. That's why the current Survivor Series Hogan is not yet nailed it, because if the likeness is just off, people are like, nah, don't need it.
Yeah. Oh, another thing that's important, scale. It's got to be scale. Yeah. That's why Jack's Classic Superstars, they let us down. I hate to say that because I was very passionate about it, but some of their figures were absurd with the scale of the actual character. Like you had managers as tall as, Andre the Giant, which was ridiculous. So scale is very, very important.
We got to choose a winner, mate. Do you want to choose a winner?
Mate, I really, really like that last question. What attributes do you think makes a great figure? For example, posability, likeness, soft goods. What about you? What did you think?
I'm happy to go with Andrew Webster, mate. Well done, Andrew. We'll get Jeff to send you out the Braun Strowman, as James calls him. And we'll talk to Jeff and we'll get that posted out to you, and you can enjoy that one at home.
Congratulations, buddy. And DM me your address and I'll get that over to Jeffrey from Go Figure. All right, well, let's get into the last segment of the night, and that is, can I have your attention, please?
Can I have your attention, please? Please listen. Can I have your attention? Everybody, attention.
Our last segment of the night. It's been a good show, mate. Really
very
enjoyed
good show,
it. Shout out to all the members doing great things. Zashman, we touched on it earlier in the show. He's killing it in the LJN custom world. So if you haven't heard of Zash, get out there and check him out. He's a very talented fella and doing great things in the community. The Has book we mentioned above as well, getting his book all around the grounds with some famous wrestlers that we all grew up with. So well done, mate. John Lucas Reyes, thank him for collaborating with us for our summer merch. Again,
James, on the summer merch, if we get 20 orders, that's not much. So 20 people buy something, I will do a giveaway.
Oh, there you go. And the summer merch consists of, we've got a hat, stubby holder, singlet, and T-shirt. All designed by the great man, John Lucas Reyes. So thank you, John Lucas, for collaborating with us and helping us get the name out there. Sizdog and Ryan Adams for their creativity. And we'd like to thank our good friend Adam from FWCI Sports and Gaming, or FWCI ETC. He's been a great help with us for, supporting Chris and I doing the sound engineering and the audio editing of the show, making Chris sound a lot better than he actually is. So Adam's moving on to bigger and better things with his own stuff on YouTube. So make sure you go and check him out, give him a follow, watch his reviews and his World Wrestling Australia show. It's they're cracking shows, and he's very entertaining. He's really good at what he does. So support Adam. Yeah. Great guy, and thanks Adam as well for organising the the NBA draft, fantasy draft.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. You've done a great job with the pod, mate. You've helped us launch off the ground, and we've had 10 solid episodes of you engineering the audio. And now we welcome Keith. We've got a new worker on the sound engineering, and we'll see how it goes. And hopefully he's happy to help us out. And we'll try and send him a fig here or there, or a merch pack or something, just to say thanks. So
absolutely. No, but thanks again, Adam. You're a legend, mate, and congratulations to all the members doing great things in the community where you make us proud. That's pretty much it for this episode. Chris, anything from you?
It's been a great episode. 2 weeks' time, we'll have another giveaway. We'll have lots to talk about. And as usual, we'll be looking at everything around the world of figs and fig related. Don't forget, if you're out on the hunt now, New South Wales, you're back in the game. You're back, New South Wales. You've been sitting at home doing nothing for the last 4 months. So let's start seeing some pictures if you're targets and big W's. I have a question for the community. Maybe you can tell me: do big W's, are they still getting stock? Because all their figures are on clearance at the moment. Are they still getting stock refilled? Because I haven't seen new figures at my big W for about 3 years. So let me know. Other than that, mate, great show.
Well, if anyone out there that is able to go fig hunting and come across a Series 87 Warlord, please put one aside for me, and I'll pay you a little bit extra because I need that in my collection.
There you go. All right. Thanks, James. Good to see you again, mate.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you check us out on the wrestlingwithfigs.com website, all of our social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and always use the hashtag #TheHuntNeverEnds because you know why?
It never ends, mate.
It never, ever ends. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the next fortnight, and we'll see you in the toy aisle.
See you in the toy aisle.